You know, Charles, the thing I thought that was really interesting about the Sanchez workout was 70 to 80 plays scripted. All these pro days are scripted, but at the end of the script, the Detroit Lions coaching staff jumped in and they threw some questions at him and said, okay, we want to see the deep comeback against the wind. We want to see you roll out. The kid handled it flawlessly. He stepped up, he made every throw, and Charles, I look at it from an accuracy, footwork, and consistency standpoint, better workout than Matthew Stafford.
It was interesting to me, Mike, is as you pointed that out, and that is the prerogative of the team that holds the #1 pick in the NFL draft, to ask for just a little bit more, was Mark Sanchez's willingness to do it. But not even a hesitation, not even a thought of, well, you know, I've done what I've scripted. Isn't that enough for you? Hey, you want 20 more throws, 30 more throws? It didn't matter. I thought it was a really impressive workout. I know that you and I aren't the only two who thought that. I talked to a number of guys out there, and while none of them would go on the record, a lot of affirmative nods when asked about Mark Sanchez.
You know, the bottom line is the tape study, but with a quarterback, you can't ever underscore how important it is to watch him in person. And the thing with Mark Sanchez is people question his arm strength. When you watch him throw, when you watch him spin the football out here, it's not Matthew Stafford and it's not Josh Freeman, but it's every bit as good as Matt Ryan. So he's got plenty of arm strength, and since the day his season ended, he has done everything the pro scouts have asked.
Yeah, and I talked to a person who's a keen observer of USC football and asked him about the maturation of Mark Sanchez throughout the season. Wasn't Pete Carroll, all right? Now he's the #1 voice, obviously.
Right.
But this person who knows a lot about quarterback play said that early in the season, Mark liked to get it downfield, get it downfield, get it downfield. But as the season went on, it started to get better and better, checking down, taking what they're giving you, and he thought the Rose Bowl showed the true potential of Mark Sanchez, and if he continues on that track, the sky truly is the limit.
And he was a little wild high early in the Rose Bowl. The rest of the game was impeccable. And the thing that's interesting about Mark Sanchez, arm strength, check, intelligence, check, but when you look at the 3 first-round quarterbacks, the other 2 guys might have more upside, but despite the fact, and everybody thinks, oh, he only had 16 starts, I'm going to say something I think is ironic. Despite the fact that he only has 16 starts, I think he's the safest bet of all 3. The 3-step, 5-step, every drop he makes is the exact same drop. He makes the correct read, the ball gets out of his hands. So 4 years from now, when we look back, I think this guy might not have quite as much upside as the other 2, but I think he's the safest bet of the 3.
And Mike, I'll just put it as simply as I can for you. In evaluating these quarterbacks, I had pushed Mark Sanchez a little bit past Matthew Stafford on my board recently. Nothing I saw today gives me reason to change that at this time, but don't construe that as a thing to say, well, Matthew Stafford's not as good. He's awfully good.